Hello and welcome everybody to day one of our Tileset Definite Edition video. Yeah, so here we are back to game development for Tileset, and I have absolutely nothing prepared for you. Just set it up this stream and I hope everything is working correctly. But as far as I can see, everything looks good so far. I think I need to dim the light a little bit because it's too bright. Okay, so let's get it started somehow. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself a little bit because we have day one, we have a new project, and I'm sure not all of you already know me. So my name is Torben. I'm a founder of the Rainware Softworks indie studio, and yeah, I'm a game developer with lots of experience already. I think it's about 15 years now. I founded the studio 2016 and created, in the meantime, I think 2 games I released, and there were some unfinished projects which never released, but I think it was around about 5 to 7 different projects we have done. Yeah, mostly I've done them by myself, but I had also some colleagues and some help from my girlfriend for the graphics and from another designer for some art. I also had in the meantime a game designer which helped for FlatFatCat for some things, but most of the time I try to do as lot as I can by myself, and yeah, this is actually what we're trying to do here. Have I anything important information about me forgotten? Of course I play a lot, so I'm a gamer myself. Most likely at the moment World of Warcraft Season of Discovery came from the Blizzard universe with a lot of StarCraft in the meantime, and yeah, gaming is also one of my biggest hobbies and passions, of course. Yeah, I think that's actually what I want to say about myself. So let's check out the agenda for today, what we want to do next. I want to give you a small introduction about Rainware. As I already said, I founded it in 2016. We released 2 games. You can find them on Steam. It's actually at the moment Tileset and FlatFatCat, which are available for sale on this platform. You also can get them on directly over the website. I think they are a little bit cheaper there. We have tileset.net and we have flatfatcat.com. Yeah, that was right. So you can also check out the information about the games there if you are interested in them. So what is the actual project about? The actual project is about Tileset. The idea which we want to start today, but the new project we want to start today is the Tileset Definite Edition. The idea or the concept behind this is I would like to redefine Tileset, make it more modern, bring it to a new game engine, since it was written with the libgdx framework in the past and the maintenance is quite hard. So I would like to modernize it in a way that we have it in a newer game engine, and this we will achieve with Godot 4. So we need to actually have all the code, all the assets transferred to Godot. Then we have to do a lot of updates. I would like to improve the graphics, to improve the combos, improve animations. So everything which was actually at the release of Tileset not in the state or in the quality I would like to have, I would like to redefine now and make actually a new project out of it and have a modern updated version of Tileset. That's actually the goal I would like to achieve with this project. For that we have quite different sources of input and feedback. On the most the most valuable feedback I've got over the Steam page. Of course, we have Timbertates there for sale, as I said, and lots of people, of course, wrote some feedback about the game there. We have some ideas in the forum of Steam where people actually offered cool advices and cool feedback we would like to take into the project. And of course, I have also by myself a lot of ideas and a lot of knowings which parts of the game wasn't that cool or that quality I would like to have in the game. So actually, let's see what we can achieve and what we can improve. But the first step will be to actually modernize it or bring it to the new game engine Godot, which will also take a lot of time, I guess, because there's a lot of code involved, of course. And yeah, we have a lot to do there. So let's check. I have introduced myself a little bit. I have introduced the Indie Studio. I've introduced the websites for the games, so I guess we can check that. Yeah, I already shared a little bit the status quo of Timbertates. As I said, it's for sale. It is online. You can play it at the moment. I will also start Steam, so we can take a sneak peek into it in a minute. But as I said, I'm actually not that happy with the actual quality of the game now, and so I came up with the idea to modernize it and make a new version out of it. And that's actually what this project is about, and what we will do in the next couple of days, months, weeks. I have no idea what's actually the time schedule is for the whole project, because I guess to create a definite edition of Timbertates, yeah, I would say I've nothing prepared yet, so we will all do that here in live stream, and we have 2 hours a day, so it's 10 hours a week. I guess it will take some time. So if I have to say something, I would say, well, half a year. I would at least plan for now to have it actually working and bring it to the new game engine and have it modernized and with new assets. So it will take a lot of time, but the cool thing is I would like to share everything with you and have this in these live streams done, so we all can see what we actually progress, what we have to achieve. And so I guess it will be a quite cool adventure, or better said journey, we will have together here. So yeah, let us take a small sneak peek in the game so everyone is knowing what we are talking about. So this is actually the game. I hope it's working. Yes. I hope the stream is also capturing it. Yes. Cool. So I will mute the music for now. Then it's a little bit quieter. So this is actually the main menu of the actual version of Timbertates. The pretty interesting part about it is that I have redefined it already to some kind of a single player game, but the whole infrastructure of the game is based on a client server application. So I have a quite complex server behind it, which actually allows it to have multiplayer games, and it was actually planned as a multiplayer PvP, so player versus player game, but it never happened because the game wasn't that received well, and therefore we had too few players to actually have PvP events or games. And then I decided to came up with the single player edition, where you have actually the Abenteuer and Herausforderung, which is actually the campaign mode is the Abenteuer in German, and the Herausforderung is the challenge mode, which is actually a special mode where you can fight against an AI, which is actually, will be a lot better with every win you have, and so you can play until you lose 3 times, and then the challenge is done. So at the moment we have these 2 game modes. Also, the game was planned as a mobile game in first place, so everything of the interface is quite big and looks a little bit like more mobile style. And we had also a lot of features into the game, such as different portraits you can choose from. We had some things like voucher codes. We have some things like in-game currency, which is actually not in the Steam version. Or it is. Yeah, it is. Here is the in-game currency, but in the Steam version you can just earn it by playing, and in the mobile version it was actually possible to buy it. But with the meantime, already in 2016, we had also done there some changes, and we came away from the mobile version more to a desktop version, and that's why most of the features I have planned the server for were actually not used anymore. And so one of the first steps we will try to achieve here is to actually get a full solo single player game out of it and drop the whole concept of having a server which is connected to sockets, etc. I just want to have it as a Godot application, as just one game application, which will make the coding a lot easier, it makes more cleaner. We don't have problems like lags, server problems, whatever, because then everything is in the single player mode. And as I said, there wasn't actually much multiplayer mode in the past, so we actually don't need it. Yeah, so what do we have else? I just will hop into one game. So we take let's take the tutorial. I already got it, but as you can see, it's quite big, it's quite mobile, it's quite easy just to click big icons and start the game. And that's actually the game in the actual state. So whenever we start a game on a map, we can see the map as a whole. We can zoom in and zoom out. We can scroll a little bit around. These fields, the green fields, which are actually blinking now at the moment, are showing us where you can place your start base, where you want to start from. So I would like to place it here. At the moment I have one creature in my HQ, and I can send it out on these dark green fields. Now I can decide where I want to have it. Yeah, as you can see, we have the health pool below the unit. So this is our spike. This has 100 health points, and this little icon here with the green dot shows us that it's a poison combo. So there is a combo system involved, which is actually not that great, but you can combine different elements together to make more damage. Then we have in the middle down here the different buttons where you can actually switch to another unit if you have multiple units to choose command from. We have this pause symbol where we can actually say we don't want to do a turn with this unit, so we can pause it and the next round is beginning. And Spike has a special ability, which is this spike. He can shoot over, I think, 2 fields. And yeah, and yeah, I just want to check one thing. One moment, please. No, all's good. All good. I think my microphone is unmuted. Hopefully. So further it's going. So we have special abilities which are marked in the blue field here. This is shown us so we can shoot a spike, for example. So Spike is a special unit in this case. He has 2 abilities. He can have a normal attack, which is shown by the red field, which is actually just a range attack to the spider. We can attack the spider, and he has a special ability where we can actually shoot some kind of magical damage, which has a cooldown of 3 rounds. And so we can decide if we want to do a range attack or if we do a magic attack. The spider is just able to attack enemies which are around him. So if we attack the spider with one field in range, he can't fight back. If we go closer and we attack, the spider will also have the possibility to fight us back. So this is actually the basic concept of the game. We are running around and trying to kill all enemies, and in this tutorial it's pretty easy for us, because if we have the right range to the enemies, then they won't harm us at all, and so we have the possibility to just kill them without getting any damage. But that's also the case we need to, because otherwise the enemies would destroy our spike and then we would have lost in this game. Yeah, also there's the possibility that units can drop these spheres which have different buff effects. In this case it's just something to pick up. This is this in-game currency I've described before, and you can actually collect it. So now I was running too far and now I'm getting damage. So it's better to run back, because in this first tutorial mission, or I think it's the second tutorial mission, the enemies are not able to move. This is coming later. So we are just killing them and going through. So as you can see, there's a lot of improvement possible. I would like to get into more detail now. So what we are actually planning for the new Definite Edition. First of all, the interface. I would like to have it more for a desktop and PC version, and much less mobile, clunky, and it should be redefined for PC, and the Definite Edition will be actually only PC. So there will be no mobile anymore, and we will actually redefine it as a PC game. And therefore I think it's really cool to have a complete overhauled interface for that, which is more fitting to play it with a mouse instead of finger tapping, gestures, etc. The other thing you already can see is the maps are pretty static. There isn't much animation involved. I think it would be very cool to have some more atmosphere. I think the only thing I built in the past was a little bit of water. I wouldn't say it's shader, but it's a little bit of a water animation where you can actually see that the water is moving. The animations and the units itself would be cool if they have some more combat details and are a little bit redefined. So this is actually the idea, or small steps we want to take in this video as a small sneak peek of this game. That was wrong. Here I wanted to go. So let us say this step was the introduction of Timothy's status quo. Of course we will have to see, we will have to get back into the game several times, because we will see it when we started development actually, and when we started to create the game design documents. We will always have to get back into the game and look what is the status quo, what we would like to improve for the future version, and so we always have to get back into that. As the last point for introduction today, I'm already talking 20 minutes about it. So the last introduction is the tools I would like to use for the development, and actually how we organize our game development part, how we would like to solve all the problems we have with the game design document, with the different tasks, and how to split them up. I already apologize that it will take a little bit longer today, because I got a comment on YouTube, I think 2 weeks ago, where somebody on my Jira project planning video on as tutorial sent me a comment and said, hey, have you checked out Codecks now? I can just open it here. Codecks is a project management tool for game development, And before I was always using Jira as project management tools, and I was using Confluence for documentation. But this is the wrong, this is on, is it where I wanted to go? And yeah, so actually I'm very comfortable with Jira and Confluence, and I made also a video about that on YouTube. And there somebody told me, yeah, check out Codecks, it's for game development. Yeah, and I checked it out yesterday or the day before, and it looks very cool. So I would like to give it a try, but this of course will, yeah, have some barriers because I will need to get into the new project, and I will not work with Jira and Confluence in this project. So I decided to work with Codecks, and we will see if we can achieve everything I have done before with Jira and Confluence with Codecks, and we will have to discover a little bit and explore how to achieve the different structures there, the tasks there. But as you can see, I already installed it for my company. So we have my Rainware space already here in Codecks. So this is the Codecks main start page. And here you can see your hand. So Codecks is is actually doing the project planning as some kind of trading card game, I would say. So you have different decks where cards included, and those cards are actually the tasks or the documentation for our project. And then we can assign these cards to ourselves or to other project members, and they can be work on them. And all cards you have assigned to yourself or to a project member will be listed here in your hand as your daily drive or your business. So your tasks are shown here, and as you can see, this is the only thing I prepared. So I have no experience with Codecks. The only thing I prepared is that I have set up the project for myself. So we have the Timbertates Definite Edition project, and we have the Timbertates Definite Edition game design project. And I was able to create already one task for me, which is actually shown here, the agenda of the stream for the day. So I have a little bit, some things I can check mark we need to go through. Yeah, but as I said, I'm pretty new to Codecks, and I hope we can achieve everything with it we would like to. But as it's actually designed for game development, I think everything is possible. It's just a new workflow we have to get used to, but we will. As said, it's day one today. We have a lot of things to discover and to explore, but in the meantime everything will be better and will be redefined, and we will get better in the stream, and everything of course can be improved. So we will do our best. So I think for the introduction of Codecks it's enough. We will work it with it all the time, so I think you will see it, I will get it, and let's start. Just let us start with the project. So the next step I have on the agenda is actually to create the game design document. So this GDD application is a game design document, and we would like to have a card with the idea, or better said, with the idea and the concept for the project. I already teasered as we have looked through Timbertates. So let us go to the tab of the decks. I have already some different decks. So we have the coding word. I would actually rename it to coding. I can't. No, I didn't hit save. So we have the coding deck, we have an art deck, which is actually for all the art stuff. We have music and sound as a deck. We have bugs for now. I don't know if we need it. We have Discord bugs because I have a Discord server, and we have a Discord bot where actually can be bugs created via a bot command, and then they will also add it here. And we can also pick up here a cool image for it. And I have created a deck which is called Twitch, and the Twitch is actually consisting of our card, which has the Twitch Day1 agenda I already showed you in the hand. And the third tab we all here have are the milestones. So there are no milestones yet, but we can later add them. And then we have an overview where how to progress to our project and what we like to achieve in the next days or weeks. So we want to create a deck for our game design document. So I would say we just name it game design document, and we pick a cover for it. You can also upload your own covers, but for now we will work with them they have here. So I like that for the game design document. Now we have an empty deck, which should contain in the future all our reference cards for the game design document. So first of all, I would like to add a card, which is the general, or let's better said, it's the project overview. Maybe project concept. Project concept overview. This is the best title I came up with for now. We can also make it a little bit bigger here for editing. Yeah, so let's get started with it. Our project concept overview. As I said, that's the actually start of our new project. We would like, or better said, I would like, I will write it on my perspective. I would like to redefine Timbertales in a new version, which is called Timbertales Definite Edition. With this edition, I would like to modernize the client into a new game engine, Godot 4. So this is the first thing we would like to achieve, that we have, with this edition I would like to modernize the client into a new game engine, so Godot 4. At the moment it is written with libgdx. So this is the first part. The second part is Timbertales infrastructure. Structure is quite complex at the moment because we have a client server based approach which is not needed anymore. This is the second part. So we won't have this client server approach anymore, and as I said, I would like to have just as a single player game in Godot completely, and so we don't need the server anymore. But of course in the server there will be a lot of code available we need to reference to, and we also will copy a lot out of there, of course, because there is all the logic of the game included. And for the first step with the modernization and bring it into the Godot engine, I wouldn't change too much of the code and just I just want to transfer it to the new engine, and afterwards we can improve it. But the first step will be we need to copy it and make the project actually running like it was in libgdx in Godot. That's the first goal. So we can already define some goals, and I just said it. The first goal will be make the game working in Godot 4 as it was in libgdx. Remove server approach. So I just write down, just to make it clear what I'm actually doing here, I just write down the ideas I have in mind. We need to structure it later because I have no real structure now. I just try to get my ideas on paper and afterwards we need to structure them in the right way, in cards and in work tasks and milestones and whatever. But first of all, I think it's quite important that we get the basics written, so we have some kind of some kind of vision or some kind of focus, how what's the way, what's the project, what it contain, what we actually would like to do, what we would like to approach, and therefore we need to write something down, even if the things don't make any sense at the moment or are pretty unorganized, but you have to start somewhere. And with the project planning, it's always the problem. Of course, you have some ideas and maybe you know already what you liked, what you want to achieve or what you want to do, but you need to start somewhere. And there are of course different approaches. You can start with the planning and think about everything, but it's quite complicated because you need to you can't have the whole game and the whole structure and the whole organization in your mind and write it just down from start to finish. So you always have the problem that you actually need to start somewhere. You could also let the planning let beside and start with the game. Actually, now you could also shut up, start Godot 4 and now create some code, or just start with the code. But then also you need afterwards to do some kind of documentation about it, because then there is the possibility that you code a lot of stuff you actually don't need or which isn't that good planned. So I always go this approach that I try to write something down I have in my mind, and afterwards we look that we get a structure and a working bundle for it or something like that, so we can start somewhere. So let us go on. As said, I would like to redefine. So Timothy in a new version with the definite with Godot 4. At the moment it's there. Then we have Timothy's infrastructure is quite complex because we have a client-based, client-server-based approach, which is not needed anymore. I would like to improve the quality of nearly all assets. This includes animations, textures, sounds, music, interface, and also gameplay. So more or less we would like to improve everything. I can already gameplay improvements, music improvements, sound improvements. As you can see, we can already say we have the improvements. Then we can just say gameplay, music, sounds, interface, textures, animations. So this is actually, as I said, my approach. I write down the description, the summary, and then afterwards we make it a little bit more detailed. So let us go to interface, for example. As I already said in the game, I would like to make the interface more fitting to a desktop game. At the moment it is, or better said, it was designed for mobile, and I would like to shift it to desktop only game. Therefore we need new interface designs. Gameplay. Or better, let's start with the textures. At the moment all units are drawn by hand and are pretty complicated to be animated, because of that. We would like, I would like to have them as, I would like to have them redrawn as vector graphics, which can be better animated. On top of that, I would like to have different proportions of the graphics with more details on combat animations, heads moving, etc. So this brings us to the next point, which is animations. Git. No. So let's get started with the animations in a moment. I just have to leave you for some minutes. I'm sorry for that.
und Harald und einfach ich mache einen Tee.
So, where I stopped before my water accident here. So we have the project concept overview. We would like to redefine a version as a modernized client. We have the Tileset infrastructure, which is not needed anymore. We would like to improve everything, mostly everything of all assets. Redefine textures, animations, sound, music, interface, gameplay. That's actually the idea about everything. So, and now I would like to give it a little bit more structure. That we cut out something like the interface. So first of all, we save this one. And then we create a new card, which is done actually the interface. And then we have a card where we can describe the interface by its own. So I would like to make the interface more fitting to a desktop game. It was designed for mobile and I would like to shift it to desktop game only. Therefore we need new interface designs, which are much smaller and more, which are much smaller and better usable with mouse and keyboard instead of tapping and gestures. So we can here in the tool we can say no. Where was it? Quick settings, choose a deck, safeguard to deck. But there was something I could say. It's so I have to see. Somehow there could be changed the type of the card. Display, select by tags, browse, information. Choose deck, owner, milestone, priority, effort. This is the deck. We have two cards in it. Add description. This deck includes all game. This deck includes all references for the game design document. I'm a little bit unhappy for now because there was somehow the possibility, that's the workflow unassigned. Where was the doc type? Mark card as reviewed, enter focus mode. Card is not in hand. What is this? This is owner, changing hero card. That is just a new card. Yesterday I was able to create a doc type card and now I can't find it. Turn into a doc card. There it is. There it is. So what we would like to have is that these all cards which are just doc types, so these are actually no tasks for us, that are just documents we would like to use to document our game design concept. So we improvements. So I know we can do something like that now. So we can link different cards to our game design document, and so we can see the improvements there. So let's get let's get going. Next is music. So we take another card. Title is music. It's doc type card. To improve the music, we need some new tracks, because the old tracks are just free music tracks I gathered through the internet, and they aren't fitting completely together and don't pushing the atmosphere in the right way. To do, think about compose music by yourself or hire a composer or getting other tracks which are better fitting. So this I would say for now for the music. Then we have here, we can say music. Then we have the sound. Sound. What is the problem with the sound at the moment? So maybe I should go this approach that we say problem status quo. Some sounds are pretty off the animations. I would do it in some kind of list. So some sounds are pretty off the animations. Some sounds are louder than others. In general, the sounds are not fitting, working together quite well. I would like to have better quality sounds in general, which should match the animations and create a cool atmosphere. So this is actually the idea behind it. Of course, all the cards we do at the moment are just pretty minimal. And as I said before, we are in the start of the project and I haven't prepared anything for now. And so we need to start with something. And I just write down what comes into my mind at the moment to just have the starting point. If we look for example, for the card sound, and I just write down the list now we actually have problems with or I don't like. If we are working on the sounds, I would say in some weeks, yeah, and then we start actually working on the sound. Of course, we have to make these cards then more detailed, because when you actually start to work on that, you get new ideas, you get another overview about the whole problematic. I can't have now everything in my mind which is off and there are no details in now, but one day we start with it, we go just through every single unit, for example, and we say the move animation sound of the badger isn't cool, so we have to improve that. So these doc cards we actually create now are just a bird's eye perspective of the sound topic in general. But with the more time we spend in the project and the more time we create here cards and do the project planning, everything will become more and more detailed, and you will see that at the moment it looks like yeah, it's just some kind of abstract concept, and just we say this is bad and this is good, and I would like to have more quality, and nobody knows what this means. But when we actually get to the point where we start to work on that, we will have more details on that, and then you will see that we can create there some milestones, and out of the milestones we can create some tasks, and out of the task we can then create some tickets, and then we go smaller and smaller and smaller, and someday we would know what we have to do to achieve these things, and then everything is working quite the way around. We then start with the smallest piece, and after years or days or months or weeks, we will get everything in shape, and then you will see that we actually progress or achieve something. So just let's get continue editing, because as said, we need just some groundwork at the moment, and that's just done by doing something. So in the next card I would like to do the textures then. Textures, or we better say unit textures, because it's more for the unit textures. Problem status quo. Problems we have at the moment are hand-drawn images which are hard to animate, proportions, things like feet, teeth, heads haven't the right shape or details to have good animations. Color, how is it called? Color palette isn't that great, because the animals are too realistic instead of how it's called. I need to translate. It's not the right word for it. Instead of fitting, matching together, and the tiles. I would like to redraw all units and redefine their shapes. This also doc card. This is unit textures. Ah, I already had it here. Pick it out. Just bring it here. Textures at the moment all hand drawn. That I have. Pretty complicated to be animated. Redraw. All units as vector graphics and redefine their shapes. Yeah, that's actually it. Save it. So, last point for now is the animations. Problems for now. Animations are a bit clunky. Not all movement animations look right. combat animations don't have enough details or aren't really fun. FPS problems. I would like to redefine the animations to make them feel more exciting and more fun overall. So that's for now. Animations. So let's look into it. Gameplay is the last point for now. Gameplay. There also we have some problems, of course, with the gameplay. Combo system isn't rewarding. Combo system isn't easy to understand. Most units only have basic attacks. Spheres aren't obvious what they actually do. HQ is, yeah, what is it? It's some kind of obsolete. Is it called obsolete? Yeah, I think so. HQ is kind of obsolete. Yeah, I don't think I have now for the moment. I'm not sure. Yeah, as I said, we need to play more a little bit to get into it and have more details about the problems, but I already have some ideas for that. Add new abilities for each unit. Improve the combo system with different status effects like bleeding or some kind of crowd control. Stacking attacks, etc. So this is for gameplay for the moment. I would like to redefine. Schreibt man das redefine or redefine? English. It's both? No, it's both. Okay. Then I always write it wrong. Redefine, yeah. So this is with E. I would like to redefine the races. Animals should be only Sylvans and insects should only contain insects. Therefore, in the future, it could be also possible to add more races, such as birds, reptiles, dinosaurs. So we copy that and have the races. At the moment we have sylvans containing of many animals such as birds, badgers, wolves, etc. And the insects, which also include some reptiles. I would like to have them better organized. Yeah, I would like to have them better organized or better fitting into their race. Future ideas, reptiles, dinosaurs, birds. Yeah, that's actually it. Sylvans. Now I think we can here go already in the details. Think so. Let us see. I think I have an overview somewhere. I just need to search for it. Timbertails. We have document. Unit balance. Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to copy it. I want to write it. And then we need to do it like that. Sylvans. We have Spike. We have the that's unfortunately I've written them all in German and now I don't know the actual names of them in English, or actually how we named them. No, that's wrong. I think here are they. Yes. Look at these. This is the right image. So for the Sylvans we have Mr. Weasel, Spike, Bird, Skibby, Hedwig, Anthrax, Needles, Rainy, and Tails. So this one is the Weasel. This one is the Badger. This one is the Fox. I'm so bad in English animal names. Like always. Hedge, Dog, Raven, Squirrel, man, this is the squirrel, Then we have the Porcupine. Was war Bert denn nochmal für ein Viech? Waschbär?
Yes.
Raccoon ist das. Trashpanner. Raccoon. And of course the owl. So these are all sylvans we have at the moment. And the problem, as we can see, is I would say that the owl and the raven aren't fitting into that. So we would like to change this in the future. And then we have, of course, the vermin. Let me open the vermins. The vermins, no, this and this vermins. Ah, damn it. Vermin is Diggy, Itzy, Pronto, Mantis, Flip, Lily, Rookie, Dot, Jim, Worm, Spider, Wasp, Book. Das ist halt, glaube ich, auch, der heißt einfach so, wie er ist, Mantis. Dragonfly. And Ladybug. Und den Grashüpfer. Grasshopper. I thought we had also a frog in there, so that's wrong. So the vermin seems to be already defined as vermins and they look fine. So we only have the problem with the sylvans, that there are 2 birds in it and we should get them out and get other 2 units for them in. And then we have the future IDs for the future for new races. So as you can see, this card is already a little bit more detailed because we can already give more details in here. For the future, we will just add this into our document as well. So we have the improvements here in the card. Then everybody can check it out. So you can click there and go back. So this is working quite nicely. So we have set up our project concept overview with some subcards now, where we have the different. Why is the race this big? Huh? That I don't understand. All the others isn't the problem. That's weird. But it's also an attachment here. I don't want attachment here. Ah, maybe that was the reason for it. The reason for that. So I would like to redefine the races. The animals should be only servants and insects should contain. Then we have the future races. So these are the small, or the first ideas, I would say, to improve to get the things working. And yeah, actually we can go over to the goals, because we know already some goals. As written, we have to do the coding stuff in the new game engine, and to bring it over we would like to remove the server. We would like to remove all features which aren't really needed anymore, such as in-game currency, yeah. There will also follow some more features. We have to look at that, what we actually want to redefine there. Yeah, I think we are done for now with the overview. Let's check out the Twitch Day1. So create a game design document card with idea and the concept. I would say we have done that. We think about the first milestones. Yeah, these milestones are actually, what I mean with milestones are actually these goals I have written here. But these goals aren't milestones. These are more bird's view stuff. So we need to think about more milestones. And I would like to do this. Yeah, how would I like to do this? I think we need to have them under these goals. So first of all, set up Godot project. So let us think about what we need to do to get started with the project and the coding start. We need to set up the Godot project in Godot to have actually a project. We need to fetch the assets from original version to work with all the assets, textures and graphics. Then we have a whole block of redefining, or better said, make the things work. Which are actually now working in libgdx. So we have interface, we have main menu, we have, what else do we have? The game view or in-game view. There we have the units, there we have the map. There we have the animations, sounds. Let's see, I have the animations, I have the sounds, we have the different commands, such as movement, attacks, idle, etc. Yeah, we have the map. Therefore, the map, we have the tile set. The actual original map is organized in JSON files. So import JSON files to build a map out of it. So of course we need different tiles. The tiles have different attributes we need to define. It's quite a lot, of course. So in the interface we need to set up textures and elements. The big question we already here have with the interface, do we go with the old interface and recreate it in Godot? Do we go with old interface? Or better, I think I have to stop it here and go to the interface. Do we go with the old interface? Do we go with the old interface and recreate that in Godot? Or do we actually, or do we start with new graphics? So this is some kind of a designing decision we need to do here, because the easier way for coding is just to start and to take everything from the old assets we already have and just recreate them in Godot and just make the game how it was and afterwards improve it on the new game engine. Or the question is, if we already start with new graphics and don't care with the old stuff because we know it's obsolete and it's too much work to redesign it, to then actually drop it and trash it and make new graphics out of it. So I'm pretty unsure here what's the better approach for it, to make it easier and working with the old design and the old concept and just get something done, or work with already the newer graphics, which creates a lot of things we need to create beforehand. So if we want to go with the new graphics, for example, we of course have to create them first before we can use them in Godot, and this means we have to do the art part for the interface first before we can get actually into the coding with it. That's a decision I'm not sure if I can do it at the moment. And that's actually what I mean with the whole project planning. We have the problem now, we need to start somewhere. And the question is where to start. And normally the approach or the organization gets better if you start somewhere. But you need some kind of plan how to. It's also, if I look into the game, as I've written here with the milestones, we have different parts of the game, such as interface, main menu, in-game, view, and that of course contains the units. This contains the map. The map has also can go here, special mechanics for the challenge, for example. There's a lot of stuff involved. We have a lot of different views, such as movement views, such as attack views, such as magical spells, which all looks kind of different, and we need to display them. So the question is where in Godot actually you would like to start, if you want to recreate the main menu, or if you would like to create the map first, because there is where all the stuff is happening, and you just start with the core gameplay. That's actually the quite complicated stuff to decide at the moment. And that's why I can't create all the milestones for now, because I'm not sure where to start and what to do. Let's check. But I think it's enough for the first milestones we already have. So what we actually need to do now is, as said, we need to decide how we start. And I think the start is quite easy, because we have nothing now. And as already said in the milestones, in the game design document, and in the Twitch approach for today, let's just close some tabs here. We need to set up the project. So where we can go now is we can go into coding, create a card, and say set up Godot 4 project. Set up the project with Git for our upcoming project. And that's actually it. We can do it's one effort. Priority is high. I can already define myself. And we can save it to Codecks. And I can also already do this. So I can also start with it. Next would be fetch assets from fetch assets. We need to fetch the assets from the original version to recreate the game. Put them in fitting folders. This would be also quite effortless. Priority is also pretty high because we need to do it. Otherwise we can't start. So we have two coding tasks now. Let's check in Twitch. We created first task to work on. And this is also in the task. We can have a look. Also, this tool is help us a little bit because it says we have time to work. We have already gained 100 experience for starting and creating the cards. Blocking a card. Open a card by clicking on it. We'll find exclamation point on top of the open a card. To start, block conversation. So, okay, we have the possibility here to say something like, we need a project name. Send. Okay, and then you have things. Okay, that's not so important for me since I'm just working alone and we don't have conversations now, or at least for now. Open a block card and navigate to this conversation. Oh, cool. Unblock this card. Update content. Name is Timbertates. Definite edition. Then we have reviewing cards. Open a card by clicking on it. Click on the question mark button on top of the opened card to start a review conversation. Okay, then I can have a review, something like check out the name and project if everything working. It's working. Okay. And resolving reviews, open an in view turquoise card. And click on the question mark, close review. Seems fine. So I need to go to the toilet, so I will leave you alone for a moment. Excuse me. So I'm back. Let's get started. Resolving reviews. We have resolved it. Set card to done. No, not yet. Uploading attachment. Yeah, I will have to go this step by step. It's not that important for now. It's just the basic how it works, but I think it will offer us, when we work with the tool, actually, we will have some experience then. So let us see. Set up Godot 4 project. So let's start with that. It's pretty easy. Let's go for Godot. Let's create. You can remove this. Yes. So we need new project. New project is Tileset Definite Edition. We need some folder for it. I would like to create a new folder here for it. Tileset DE. Use this one. Renderer forward plus new desktop. So we use Git. We use compatibility renderer, I think. I'm not sure because we don't need complex scenes. We don't need rendering device backend. We don't have 3D. So I think compatibility is what we want to have. So I always like to have the scenes on the right position, such as import. I like to have this split it. Then I like to have, can't find it actually. This import scene node. Yeah, node I would like to have down there. And inspector I also like to have down there. This looks fine. So this is actually our clean project we've created. So set up the project is done. We can mark this card as done. As we can see in our hand, this card is done, and we can go on to the next card, which is the fetching assets. We need to fetch the assets. For that, I always like to have a new folder, which is called assets. Then we need to check out where the assets are actually. There it already begins. Because I have, let me check, I have different approaches here on GitLab and GitHub. Oh, I've hoped I don't need anything for now, because I'm not sure where I have it. GitLab identification service. I hope it's the right one, because I have something in Bitbucket and something in GitLab. I think also something in GitHub. Tileset assets. I think that's the right one. We would like to clone it. Hopefully I have everything I need for that. Git clone Tileset assets. Yes. I don't have the rights for it, and that was klar. Ach, I've known. But wait a second, I have already the rework. No. So we have to go for your work security settings. Search projects, no. Oh man, I was long time not in here. SSH keys. I think this is what we want. Add key. Yay, it's working. Cool. So now we have the Timbertates assets, and this is actually all the old assets I have in there. So for now, I would say we just copy all of them and just put them into the assets folder. And then we look what we actually need in the project itself and what we have there. So as you can see, we have now all the assets put here. That are the achievement icons, for example, the interface. Yeah, everything I used in the old thing should be in here, hopefully. But I can't see them. This is the map tiles and the objects. That's fine, but I can't see the units for now. These are the portraits. So I think we need also to clone the other project as well. This is this one. Git clone. So this is the old source code for the libgdx project, which also of course includes all the assets which are needed for the game, because they are packed in there. This repository is quite big. So it will take some time. But it shouldn't be that long. Damn it, what you're doing? Why it takes so long for now? Nevertheless, we can already skip into here. We already know we need 2D. We can also create already a folder which is called scenes. We already knew that we need a new scene which is called map. I would also say we need a new scene which is called tile. But yeah, actually let's wait for the assets and then go on. We can maybe go back into the project planning so far and can say we have already coding and I would say we can start with maybe the tile map. Create the tile map in Godot, which is capable of storing different tiles and display them as our hex field map. Do it in the original version. So is it done? No, not done. Come on, come on. So, nevertheless, Map. Ziehen unverändert sehr. So there's this object which is called tile map in Godot, which is a node for 2D tile based maps. I think that's what we need there for our project. We could create a new tile set for it, and I guess we should do it. And that is of course then a new scene, which is the Tileset. We can change type to Tileset. Not. I thought so. Okay, it's just in here. Für das Tileset wurde keine Quelle konfiguriert. Of course, we can hexagon, half offset square, isometric. No, it's this hexagon. And we have to see if stacked offset. Yeah, that's quite interesting because I'm not sure which type of hex I used in the original, or better said, how it's called. But I think the diamond is, let's see. Let's see, the diamond is right. I think so, that's the right one. Diamond right, and the offset is vertical. I'm not sure yet. So we have this Tileset. Yeah, but for that we need the texture. We need the texture, and that is still loading. Loading. Resolving deltas. Yeah, and that's the problem. If you haven't prepared it already, then it takes some time. Since the project isn't that small, it also has to download a little bit. So it says it's 1 and 200 gigabytes. That still takes a while, but it says it's done. Updating files. Yeah, it's done. So, Git. We have this, it's GDX, it's core, it's assets, texture. So I think what is missing is the texture field. Yeah, we don't have the textures here. So we need to copy the textures for now. Let me copy them into our new folder as textures. That he has to import. That will take a while. So we have the textures now, which including all the map packed textures. Now it's the question if I actually able to add them. Texture map packed. So I'm not sure if I'm able to put up everything. Seems like the texture of Atlas. I'll just say yes. And then we have to look into the tile maps. So we have a map with the ground tiles. These are some object tiles. These are also objects. So we now have our tile map where the tiles actually in here. With the tile set. So I'm pretty unsure how we can actually place them now. But we also need to configure them. This is the Tileset. Yeah, so actually we need to place them in the next round to have them as tiles, and we can place them actually in the map, and we need to create our map and yeah, to recreate it how the old map was looking, and to configure the Tileset map. Yeah, I had to get into the Tileset and tile map back. I know that I have a video about that. I made it a long time ago. On the content I had some kind hacks. Let me say, working with isometric tiles. It was Godot free. I think I have blocked the scripts right now. Yeah, so I have the Timber Twist, was it called, the project, and in that project I already created the tile maps how I would like to have it. So I have to look up how I've done it there. We can do it actually. Yeah, we can save it for now and just look it. Yeah, I also looked kind of different there. So let's import it. Import from our this, and it's not the rework, it's the twist. I have to see if it's in here. or if this is actually in Bitbucket. Rainware dev. Repository twist. There it is, Timber twist. I hope I have the SSR key here defined. Git clone. What? Ah. Cloning into Timber twist does not exist. Yeah, what's SSR keys? Go to no. It was not the right SSR key. Access keys. Repository detail. Where I have my actually access keys. Personal Bitbucket settings. Yeah, that's what I needed. So SSR key, add SSR key. Then I need again to cut my SSR key out of there. Copy it right here, add key. Atlas OS. SSR key must be unique in deleted keys, maybe. Please use a unique SSR key. Huh? It is. Why is it not? How could you dare to say it's not? And also I had the other project already. Wait a second. I'm pretty much. This is not my space. That's it. And here I had somehow the exit key. Yeah, this one. Look at this. Maybe it's because I already put it there. I try to delete it. That could be. Yeah, that was the issue. So I had put it as read-only key, and that's the problem because it was already there, and therefore he doesn't want to have me on the other one. It was just read-only, but I want to have it like that. So let's give it another try to clone it. So we cloned it into the Timber twist. That was also a project I started already. It's also a long time ago. The biggest problem I have for now is I'm so out of Godot because I wasn't used to game development the last years, and now I have to get back into it and see how it actually worked, everything. But the good thing is we have the references, and I have all the references for these old projects. Yeah, here are the assets is missing. That's kind of unfortunate, but I don't understand why, because it actually is in here. So the problem is that this is Godot 4. So let's get back. Let's see. The problem is that this was written in Godot 3 and we are now on 4. So if I import, I already has done it. Okay, so we don't get this one. timber twist, git status, git checkout, git status, let's go back. Yeah, we need to get it working. We get it back up and get it back working, so we can actually take a look at that. But we get it done. I'm pretty much sure that this is possible. No, that was wrong. So why you don't want that? I have no idea. I can't go in there. I can. So we just delete it for now. And then we try another import. On timber twist, yes. Import. So newer project. So let's see, maybe this is working. No, it's also not working. Okay, so the problem is for now we don't have the working project here, and I have to look why this isn't working, and so we can't do anything for here now. But actually it's no problem, because there's just 5 minutes left for the day, and I will check it out and prepare it for tomorrow, so we can actually work and start with the tile set for tomorrow. And yeah, I will get back into it, and then we have a much more smoother workflow on that, because we can then work on that. It's not that cool if I'm now have no idea how it works. So I think it's better when it's prepared for tomorrow, and we can actually start with the tile map as we have set it here. Yeah, as I said already, I apologize a little bit for the progress for today, because it's pretty much unprepared, and I have to get back into the project and the game development itself, and it will take some days to feel comfortable again, and to get back into the working in the workflow, get back into Godot, to see how it works. But yeah, we will get it, and it will be much better within the next days. For today, nevertheless, we have created some game design documents, and we have created some hands and cards, and we also finished our first card. Also the assets are fetched, so our second card is also already done. For tomorrow we have then tile map, and if we see to the agenda, we have the Twitch day 1 already finished as well. I would just for today, so the last thing we do today is we finish the Twitch day 1, because we are almost done for today, and then we go into the decks, into Twitch, and we create a new, which is then called actually Twitch day 2. And for tomorrow we do day 2. The introduction is done, the setup is done, and the concept is done. Starting with some coding. Create the tiles and tile map for the core gameplay. So this is the title for tomorrow. We still have the codecs, we will have tile map, we will have more Godot engine tomorrow. We are solo, we are still English, we are still game dev. Education, I have no idea. I would say we take hexagon as another key for today. We have in any game, and we have timber tails. These are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Yes. So, and for the agenda for tomorrow, we can also write that already. For tomorrow, I would like to have a little recap of day 1. So we go through the day 1 tomorrow and see what we could achieve and what we have done so far and where to start off. Then we will create the tile map scene. Oh, better said, we will create the tile map and the tile set to use it for the maps. Create the tile map and the tile set to use it for the maps, yes. And maybe we also will create some units. Unit creation, textures, scenes, project planning for next milestones. So that's it for tomorrow. I would say. I would also give it already in my hand. So for tomorrow we then have the tile map already we have today created, and we have Twitch day 2. So I hope it was a little bit, yeah, I'm not so happy with the stream for today. There was a lot of vocabulary I'm missing on the speaking. There was a little bit unstructured in the whole process because I'm not prepared for that. And also with the Godot part, I'm completely overwhelmed at the moment with the tile set and everything because it's not properly set up. I'm not into that. I'm not as, yeah, as comfortable as I was 5 years ago with all that stuff. So I will have to do some research in the free time to have a lot better stream for tomorrow, and we can also progress a little bit more because my idea or my goal is to show you something and how to work with Godot and how to achieve and how to progress through. And I'm a little bit, how I would say, I don't like to on stream to struggle and show my struggle. Of course, there's a lot of my work is struggle. So game programming is struggle because normally you don't know how things work and you need to research, you need to find out how things work. So it should be involved into the stream if I show you everything, how it's working and how it's going, because I prepared a lot. It's not actually covering the real life example, because in the meantime, of course, I'm doing a lot of research. I'm doing a lot of understanding how stuff works, but I would like to have on stream a little bit more flowing. So at least it should work in a way that we do some progress, and it shouldn't be that we have 2 hours long stuff where you just struggle and can't find out how things work. So these are my points for tomorrow. I will take with me, and I hope we can do we can do better for tomorrow. Of course, I would like to hear some feedback. If you have something, I will upload, as said, this video to YouTube. So if you couldn't join the live session, you will have the possibility to see it on YouTube and do comments there. And otherwise we will see us tomorrow. And if you have feedback or things I should improve, if you would like to have more music, more interaction whatsoever, please write it down in the comments, and tell me what to improve, what you would like to see. Maybe also that's a point, because for now I just do the project planning how I would do it for myself and try to speak about it. As you could see, it's kind of distracting to speak about it while I need myself to focus, to think and concentrate about what to do. So this creates some kind of chaos. So if you have some ideas what you generally would like to see or covered, and if there are parts, maybe creating the cards or decks you don't need to see in that detail, so maybe we can spare that out of the stream and I just do it in the stream time, in the off time, as said, as you would like to, and how it works we will see. So for today it's done. I'm pretty happy that we have done one day, and it worked. I think we have also created some content. We have achieved a little bit. So I'm not too unhappy with the stream, and I think we could only improve. And we'll do some progress, and we will be here tomorrow at the same time, 10 o'clock. Be there with me, and then we go on. So I'm excited to see you tomorrow. Bye bye.